Was it fine for you? Just be opening the browser maybe. Yeah, for whatever reason.
I keep getting an unexpected error, man. This stuff is so fiddly. It says I'm connected. This is why I wanted to set this up nice and early.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sidetracked doing dinner and it just got later than I realised.
Well, I'm watching us now.
Yeah. I like have me in the browser, but I think it might just be on my end.
No, I can hear you and I can hear myself and the screen.
Cool. Let's just say it's a success then.
Yeah, the live stream because that is getting on my nerves. The splashing. I can still hear you, so that's all good at the moment. So
Cool. Let's call it a success. What game is even this?
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you. There's like a sort of like an audio sort of lag.
Is there?
I don't know if that's
Is there a
picking
long
up your
lag?
TV. I think it's picking up the TV.
Turn it down a bit more. Is that any better?
Okay.
It's on very low now, so you shouldn't be able to hear it.
Yeah, there's like a lag of like 5 seconds. So let's just talk. Oh, there's a couple. There's a bit of an audio lag there.
Is it not just Twitch's normal audio lag? 'Cause it's not like instant, is it? Not like how Mixer used to be, where it'd just be like almost instant.
Let's just have a look.
It's basically rebroadcasting it, isn't it?
Yeah. So the sound. See, this is all set up on my laptop, but on my desktop, it's just fucking all over the place.
So is it just the sound from Twitch is behind what you can hear from Discord? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, basically, I can hear like I can hear us, and then like a second later, I can hear us again.
It's weird. I don't know why it would do that.
It's so funny. Let's see if I can.
Why does all this stuff have to be so fiddly and shit?
It's really. Do I have to do anything on Discord?
Wouldn't have thought so.
No.
Don't think there's much in the way of settings on Discord anyway, is there?
Well, because it's got the output and input, isn't it? So it might double it up.
Maybe, yeah. Do you know how you've got it set on your laptop?
That's been years of like refining it. Years of Let's Co-op and stuff like that. I mean, I don't think it's too bad. So I think it should be all right once we play the game, the stream audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll cover it up. Mm-mm. I just want to know where that's coming from, because I've got my desktop audio, but that I've muted that, so I. So strange. It's like,
It's weird.
mm-hmm.
All these little issues that you never understand. Someone needs to do the bloody VR stuff. It just wouldn't work. Everything would be set up right and it just wouldn't work. You just have to restart everything and then suddenly it would work. And you just then go, well, what was wrong? I don't know what was wrong. How am I going to fix it next time? Well, so this is Fallout 76, isn't it?
Yep. I don't know if it's picking up my camera audio as well.
Can you mute the mic on the camera somehow? Because that might do it, because it might be picking up what it's hearing and then sending that back out again. I mean, if you've only got one mic set, it shouldn't. I don't know. I don't know who the hell bloody knows.
Yeah, and it's not appearing on sources.
Mm.
I think it
Well,
might
you're
be the
streaming through
camera.
OBS.
Yeah.
Is your mic, is that set to that mic on OBS by any chance?
No, that's set to my Samsung. My audio.
Yeah, so I have no
Should
idea then.
I think it is the webcam. But it's so quiet, the webcam. It's not like it's like the audio lag is like loud.
Mm. It's not too noticeable. I say just don't worry about it, because it just seems to be one of those things you'll never find the bloody solution to.
Yeah. I've got 2 minutes. Well, I wish I can edit the stream fucking like information. Can't seem to. What? Well, we got a minute left.
Really? It says 1 minute 45 on mine. Am I that far behind already?
No, I got 1 minute 37, 36. I'm on the Xbox official.
Yeah, same. So I'm like a few seconds behind you for some reason. Close it and go back in. 1 minute 21 now.
I'm on 1 minute 14.
Fucking hell. Closed it and went back in, now I'm further behind. I'm 110 now.
I reckon it'll be alright.
Yeah.
I reckon it'll be alright. Yeah, I reckon it'll be alright. The only thing I'm concerned about now is the editing the stream info. Okay, it's 20 seconds, so that's got to wait.
See if you can do it while there's a shit game on that nobody cares about. Countdown. Let's go. What's the first game up, Paul? What are you thinking?
Well,
First fighting game.
oh.
That's Clockwork Revolution, isn't it? I think.
Well, hello guys.
Oh, no,
Welcome to the showcase. Welcome. Hello, Ross. How are you?
Hello.
Do you think I care that the colony is in disarray? We didn't come to Arcadia to get bogged down in pointless warfare. We came to spread freedom and liberate resources for profit. But this pesky Earth Directorate agent is mucking things up.
What do you think will be the first proper game
They're not alone in doing so.
I
And
don't
they
know,
think
to be
they
honest.
can just
I've sort
choose how
of been
things
keeping
play
like
out. They could stop us from stealing the Protectorate's brainwashing technology, which
spoilers
we
and everything.
need to
So
improve our market
I just want
share.
to be wowed.
What if
just wanna
this
be wowed,
stranger
Liz.
aligned with the order and
There haven't
that
really been that
computer
many.
of
There's only
theirs?
been like a couple of
That
things
could
sort of.
be the key to
Well, I wouldn't
closing
even
the
say
rifts
leaked,
that
really,
threaten
just
the
like
colonies. So,
kind of
you see why this
heavily
menace must
speculated to
be
the point that
wiped from
people
the
are
face of
just calling it a
existence.
leak.
Or, better yet, brought to
Expecting it to
our
be.
side through the power of capitalism.
Capitalism.
Now, let's get out there and buy our way to victory!
Quite a lengthy trailer when they're doing it all direct at the end.
I'm yearning and yearning for you.
But this, I think this game has the
My heart
potential to be very good. The first one was decent, but you can tell it was like on a budget.
every
And the
last
Avowed
bit
is very
of my
good.
way.
But this is kind of kicking on from where Avowed is. This could genuinely be really
Last
good.
bit that I save
Yeah.
is intended for you.
Ooh, explodey phone by the looks of
Although the cost
Need more
may
games
be
with destruction.
high,
it. Really getting
one
into these days.
day I know you'll be mine. Someday perhaps I'll own two. For now I'll take one that's brand new. 'Cause I'm yearning and burning for you. For you.
October
An
29th.
adventure
we have our
made for
date.
capitalism by capitalism. Inflate our impressions and egos by staying tuned after the showcase.
World
next?
premiere.
World premiere.
World premiere.
Are we going to see the Persona 4 remake?
What's wrong?
I'm
I
sorry.
guess not.
I've just been
They
so.
look like
Sister
characters
reckon.
out of that.
You know, it would fix everything.
They look like
Man's
characters out of that first person shooter from what's it called? Yeah, it is, isn't it? High on Life. That's what it was called. Speaking to High on Life again. Didn't finish that game, but it was quite fun to play. Worries.
Don't know if that's the game
Well,
was
you can
like,
dual wield now.
huh?
Dual wield now.
How the fuck do you edit the bloody stream information on here?
Yeah, humans are barely sentient. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like half the size of ours.
Go finally.
There we go. At last, Jesus. It's so hard to bloody edit the bloody stream info on my phone. I'm trying to find it. They got like a new beta
World premiere.
bloody system, and it's just like, where am I supposed to go? Just tell me.
Another world premiere. Could this be?
What's this, Rick? What's going on? I'm too busy looking
It's a
at
little bit
categories.
Assassin's Creedy at
Hey?
looks a little bit Assassin's Creedy at times. It's not really Assassin's Creed, but it looks vaguely like it at times. Don't know what it is. Crazy. Don't know. Oh, it's what? A Plague Tale? That did not
Okay.
look like a Plague Tale game.
Where's all the rats, Ross?
Yeah, exactly. Where's the French people?
Hmm.
Why is there a big monitor?
Hmm.
That's just left me very confused. This hardware thing. This looks like a handheld. Show the ROG.
Handheld.
I think it's the ROG Ally partner device, isn't it? The increase the handles. Getting that out pretty early.
Ah, that's
I think with the handles it looks kind of odd, but it'll probably be really comfortable to hold. I've got the original Ally, honestly I love that thing. It's brilliant. So if this is like essentially the Ally 2, I might be in for this.
Are you gonna get that?
If it's basically what the otherwise the Ally 2 will be, then yeah, I might do it. The Ally 2 extreme, so it's like the next one. The one in the current one that I've got is the dead one in the dream. ROG Xbox Ally X. Oh, and there's one with a weaker chip
At
as well.
Xbox, we strive to put
Hello.
the player first.
Sarah
And
Bond.
that's what you've seen from us over the years. We've led the industry with backward compatibility. We championed crossplay and cross-progression. We deliver Game Pass, first on console,
This
then
is
on
the platform
PC,
section
and with
of
cloud
the
gaming.
thing then.
So what's next? How can we give you even
They're
more
supposed to
freedom,
be
more
doing
choice,
some
more
serious
ways to
work
play?
behind the
Our
scenes on
next
Windows
step
to make
is
it
to
more
unify your gaming, no
gaming
matter where
friendly.
you buy or play. So we're building an Xbox experience designed for players, not locked to a single store or tied to one device. The Xbox Ally
Could
is
be
an Xbox
interesting.
you can
Let's see what
hold
they do.
in your hands, bringing together the power of Xbox and the freedom of Windows. On this Xbox, you can play games across your entire library including all the Windows PC game stores, from Xbox and Battle.net to Steam, GOG, and Ubisoft Connect. And the highly anticipated Hollow Knight Silksong will be available at launch and in Game Pass when the Ally releases later this year. In fact, every new game you see in today's show will be playable on the Xbox Ally.
The Tales of... This would be big for me.
We have always wanted you to have the unique experience of Xbox on any screen.
Social media
That's
accounts
why
have
we're
been
investing
teasing
in
something
Xbox
today.
Play Anywhere. Whether you're playing on console, PC, Smart TV, or any Windows handheld like the new Xbox Ally, the Xbox experience roams with you. Your library, progression, friends, and achievements.
Even though you're in the other
there are
room,
over 1,000 Xbox Play Anywhere games on Xbox today. And every new game you see in today's show from our partners and our studios is Xbox Play Anywhere. And because it's Xbox, you can always have access to Game Pass with a diverse lineup of games from the biggest franchises to critically acclaimed indie hits. This is the freedom we believe players should have.
Maybe another trailer for Fable with an actual
anywhere.
release
And
date
we are
would be nice.
giving it our all every day to make this
I'd
vision
like to see more
real.
of-
But it all comes back to the games. From Dead to Rights on the original Xbox to
Hopefully
Armored Core
7
6,
Remake and
our
16. I
relationship
care
with
more about
Bandai
16
Namco
because I've
Entertainment
played
has
7
stood the
Remake
test
already.
of time.
Well, we've been hearing
We
rumors about
both
it for
believe
so much.
in bringing amazing
when are we
experiences to
gonna get
players
it?
around the world, and their
Or
next
the,
game does exactly
Insider
that.
Nate
From
Drake
Rebel Wolf Studio,
has said he
this is a
expects them both to be
story-rich
announced
action
here.
RPG steeped in dark fantasy that I
I think he
can't
was
wait
like
for you to
speculating
explore.
16
Thank
could be
you,
a
and enjoy the
shadow
rest of the
drop.
show.
I don't know, we'll see.
Come on, Sarah Bond. Show us something we all want to watch. Want to see.
I was expecting a bit more detail about what they're actually doing with Windows. You know, Bandai Namco. What could this be? Rebel Wolves. Don't know what that is.
I mean,
You know, go out on a limb and say it's some kind of Souls-like thing. They appear to be vampires.
Watching
But they basically did that yesterday or Friday or whatever when they announced Code Vein 2.
I mean, the PlayStation
They came out into the light.
disappointing, wasn't it?
I thought it was decent.
For our lives.
There was a few good games in there.
We should
Summer
have feared
Games
for
Fest
our
was terrible.
souls instead.
It always is, Ross.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't expect anything
Vampires
from
didn't
it.
come to kill us.
Outside of like, I think there were like 3 or 4
They
games.
came
I was like,
to
oh, that's
rule.
cool. And then it was 2 hours of nothing.
To turn us into mindless.
And then they
docile
kept going on
cattle.
about like, oh, these games have been made by small teams. It's like, well, that's cool and all, but like, there was one game he said, this game made by a solo dev and 9 of his friends. And I was like, sorry, did I hear you right?
But I became something else instead.
And then at the end of the trailer, he went, it's amazing what one person can do. It's like, you literally just said there were 10 of them.
Their worst nightmare.
I mean, I think it's good to highlight like smaller dev teams and smaller games and stuff. But at the same time, it needs to be a bit of a balance, otherwise it's just
Trapped between the two worlds.
a lot of that stuff and no real big stuff. The only big game I remember was RE9.
The evil behind it all. He is out there watching, seeping into you, growing.
Yeah, February. This doesn't look like your typical Bandai Namco kind of thing. Blood of Dawnwalker.
I like the fact that Xbox
So Rebel Wolves
actually-
was the team.
Xbox actually says that it's going to come out on other consoles. PlayStation just like, no.
World
That's 'cause
premiere.
Xbox don't seem to care about the Xbox console platform anymore. Which kind of sucks, but there you go. We talked about this at length. Podcast. So why is there a Mario pipe?
Isn't that what's
Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
3D Super Meat Boy.
Didn't what's his name give up on gaming? Who's the guy who made that?
Is it Edward McMillan?
Why can't I remember someone else? What guy really like going back video games?
I don't know. I'm sure I remember Edward McMillan saying something like that. Maybe I'm no. I would not have had a 3D Super Meat Boy on my bingo card.
Super Meat Boy 3D!
It is weird seeing PS5 at the end of these trailers, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, something first party.
Watch your back,
Tecmo.
Yakumo.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome, isn't it?
I'll kill
Can you
the
go
Dark
and
Dragon
fall again?
myself. It's my mission. My duty as a Raven Ninja.
Breaking the Dark Dragon free has its consequences.
Yeah, it's fun. Tally-ho.
This is it.
Sayori.
Ryu,
Easy man.
there's something I need your help with.
New Hayabusa. It's very fast paced. Probably. The first is pretty difficult. I've never played the third one.
Whoa.
The Dark Dragon is mine.
It's that anime with the big drill and mecha.
Oh, Gurren Lagann.
Yeah. The fan calling me down here. Hello Bethesda, is this something Starfield-ish?
Never know, it could be Blade. Oh, it's indie. Oh, it's going to be the DLC, isn't it? Definitely in for more indie, that game is great.
Here we go.
Good luck, Indy.
What are you doing, Chums? Are you crazy?
Very, very good game. I think Troy Baker did such a good Harrison Ford as well.
Yeah, brilliant.
Just kind of
This is where
disappeared
it
into the role
starts.
99% of the time.
Beneath the streets of Rome. Enter the city of Antioch.
DLC and it's something of the giants.
Find a secret relic.
What it's called.
Bring it back to the Holy See. Defend the secret. They worshipped the giants.
Giants. Order of the Giant.
He's a big man, that's for sure.
Where'd you lose him? It's not as if he's a set of car keys now, is it?
It's Xbox One. Basically means multi-platform.
World premiere.
Yeah, I think at this point you can just have to assume that everything is. New Halo game coming to PS5 first.
Timed exclusive.
Oh, that's not very nice. Bloody photorealistic Princess Mononoke or something. Game Freak, what? What Game Freak the people that make Pokemon? This looks interesting. Very into this. year 4026.
We all still have great hair. Use katanas.
I'm just completely shook at those visuals and it's saying Game Freak, because Game Freak are the people that make the Pokemon games, and the Pokemon games look like garbage. Yeah, developed by Game Freak. I mean, they do. They make more money than God and they look terrible, but that look really good, and it's the same people. I'm very confused. Don't know what to do with this information, Paul.
The glittering streets of Avalon sure do shine, because they suit their filth down to us.
This Clockwork Revolution, maybe?
Cockneys everywhere.
These are other brand.
Doing the land of...
Here's to playing in the mud.
Oh, those guys were a terrible shot. Must be stormtroopers.
Life here ain't for the soft-hearted.
You will
In
be
exile.
paying me back until you fucking rust.
It ain't
Steampunk
for the
balls.
spineless,
Keep your filthy pickers off me!
and as sure as shite ain't for the decent.
That's a clean sweep for one.
I need one of those little sweep box.
Justice itself has been affronted. I have been burgled.
Lord
Griswick.
Yes, I got that part. Do you know anyone who might wish you ill?
That's a...
We can't arrest and question everyone.
We've got an arm
Let's
off.
see
What's going on?
if we can narrow the suspects down a bit. They were, trust your instincts, sir.
Tall.
Yes, sir.
Built rather slim, well, muscular.
Mm-hmm.
Was very quick, agile.
Go on.
With a mustache. No, larger.
I see.
Quite fashionable. That's the fiend who robbed me.
They got my good side this time. Breaking in is the easy part.
Oh, peed himself.
You're character creator.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
These candlesticks ain't gold. Worthless and dull, just like you. Nah, I have a customer. How can I help you?
I'd rather talk to you, Errol.
Sounds
Uncle
like I
Alf.
got a better deal.
You talk to me first, and him never.
I think Wasteland 3 wasn't
Uncle's
it?
a bit touchy, ain't he, Errol?
Touchy? I say
The dialogue scenes in it look really good as well for like
Anything else
what was
you care to
effectively an
say to
isometric
Errol?
RPG. I did not expect this game to be
If I hadn't
full
seen
of
it with
company
my own
geezers, though.
eyes,
That
I
come
wouldn't
out
have
as a bit of a
believed
surprise.
it.
Round here, it's all sharp edges
I suppose it makes sense
Empty
they're going for
pockets.
kind of like a Victorian,
and blood on the cobbles. Goodbye.
steampunk, Victoriana kind of deal.
I'll hurt you, you
Very
fucking
violent.
meatsack! I'll leave you with a pissing pad of pieces!
You'd either got a gang at your back or a knife in it.
We're family here. Family takes care of its own.
Can't put a price on that, can you?
Them's in charge. They don't keep order. They keep power.
Take this thing into the crucible and melt it.
They just want us beaten, broken, and too scared to fight back.
I don't want to kill him.
That's why it pays to be clever and well-armed.
I want to kill him.
Oh, that looks really
Let's
cool.
go and end a few arguments. Don't get cocky. They've got a weapon far worse. Time. And if they can rewrite history, they can rewrite us. But look who just found Mummy's keys. Now I can fiddle with time.
This looks brilliant. Very
Put the bullet
very
back
into
in the
it.
barrel. Bring the chaos to a crawl. Take a mistake.
Did you ever play that
it like it never
360 FPS game, Time Shift?
We can change the world.
Very average. Yeah, but this looks like a good version of that. That was a very average game. Yeah, it had some good ideas, but it's just a very average game.
And let me tell ya, the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
Yeah. I remember the pre-release stuff of Bioshock Infinite made it look much better than the final game was. Final game was still good, but like the stuff they showed pre-release just looked insane. That looks fantastic.
Yeah, that looked really good.
Our creative teams are dedicated to
Booty.
bringing players award-winning, record-breaking, critically acclaimed games. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 from Activision, Doom, The Dark Ages from
Duty.
Bethesda, Diablo 4, Vessel of
Yeah.
Hatred from Blizzard, and Avowed from Xbox Game Studios. All of our teams across Xbox First Party are shipping their most played games ever, and they're also delivering more content than ever before. From original single-player experiences to vast online
And this
worlds,
is why we're
our
now going
teams
to
are
lay off
empowered
1,000
to build the
people.
games they've always dreamed of. We want our players to have the choice and flexibility of where
This jacket
and how
costs the
they
salaries
play the
of
games
24
our teams
developers.
make. So of course, our games will be available
didn't pay for
day
it.
one
Xbox
in
did.
Game Pass, and every new game we make for both Xbox consoles
There's rumours
and
going around the other
PC
day that
will
there's,
be
that there's
Xbox
more
Play
layoffs
Anywhere.
coming.
On behalf of our creative teams,
There's a lot of
thank you.
layoffs in games.
These experiences don't stop when you
just
put down the
never ends, does
controller.
it?
As you've seen in recent years, more and more of our characters, stories, and worlds are expanding to brand new audiences through TV and film. A Minecraft movie and the Fallout
let's
TV
talky
series
more play.
broke records
Yeah.
and brought millions of players into the game. We have more projects in the works as gaming continues to influence film and television like never before.
I still haven't watched the
When it
Fallout
comes
show.
to growing new
Oh, the Fallout show's
franchises,
great, mate.
Obsidian
Gotta watch
is
it.
having a year like no other. From
to
launching
some
a
point, I
blockbuster
guess.
new game like Avowed to the upcoming release of The Outer Worlds 2 this October.
Last of Us Season 2
Obsidian is
came out
always
recently.
delivering great games, and they have a
that
third
was
game
okay.
launching this year.
Wasn't as good as
You'll
the
get to
first
go
season.
deeper on it in our direct, but until then, let's take a look.
First season was very good.
It was really good. Second season, maybe because it's this
World
only,
premiere.
It's only part one. But so far, I'm not as engaged as season one.
Yeah.
I told you, you can't run from me, you foul beast!
It is, isn't it?
Legally distinct He-Man.
With new flexible legs, the Yoke Girth action figure can ride anything!
Breaking news. There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their
Wait,
will
is it
and
grounded?
left to fight for their survival
Yeah, it
in
is,
the
isn't it?
backyard of a deranged scientist. Formerly evil company Ominent
This game
Practical
sort of,
Technologies was set to dedicate a statue of
really
the 4
bloody,
teenagers, fast food science
right,
robot
isn't it?
Burgle, and Dr.
Yeah.
Tully when an explosion
was
erupted.
George Lucas.
Dr. Tully and the teenagers' current whereabouts are also unknown.
I remember we went to XO19 when it was first playable and played it. And we played it for a few months as well on the channel, but we haven't gone back to it in ages. Good fun.
Gotta keep them separated.
It's kind of like Sea of Thieves though, we played that a fair bit when it first came out, just didn't go back to it. So is it a full sequel or is it like a big update? I like it. Oh, that answered that.
Yeah, I reckon.
Right, Ant, could you do that in the first game? They added so much into it as time went by. Sounds like. Got my volume down a bit low. Oh, it's grounded too, there you go. I've got my volume down a little bit low so that it doesn't get picked up by the mic, but it sounds like the offspring. There you go, grounded too. Wasn't there supposed to be a cartoon getting made about it as well or something? An animated show.
D3500 reached. Accessing predecessor's travel log.
Was this that horror game from people that made Observer? Yeah, Blooper Team.
It was in a state of suppressed recomposition.
Can't remember what this is called, but I remember thinking it looked pretty interesting.
Populating the area.
Speaking of Blooper Team, when are we getting Silent Hill 2 remake?
Oh yeah, shit. Forgot about that.
They become exceptionally aggressive.
That was the timed exclusive.
Yeah.
When did that come out? Well, probably if it's a year, it'll be like
recommended to proceed.
Yeah, I think it's a year, but I can't remember when it came out.
It'd be like Black Myth Wukong. We all of a sudden got that on Xbox.
Very nice. This looks pretty cool. I'm interested in this.
In coordination. Destroying the nest is now a priority. Such is our calling.
Such is our calling.
Fall 2025.
We're getting a lot of these Xbox Play Anywhere things.
Yeah, which is good. I like Play Anywhere is really good. Especially when they're on Game Pass as well, because then it's like you're stuck with Game Pass and it's just playable on your PC or your console. The handheld
Play,
well, it's not far off now, so.
Yeah, it's not.
World premiere.
Come on, show us something good.
Another world premiere. Premiere.
Mayday!
World
Mayday!
premiere.
Code 1 to mission control, we're falling!
She's on a bad one.
Thomas, the ship's breaking apart! There's no time! Evacuate! Now!
Who's she?
Thomas, come in! Thomas.
thing.
Wherever
What the
you
A
are,
stands for.
I'll find you.
Aphelion. Definitely going to keep an eye on that.
Is that Thomas? Hello, I'm...
Yes, it must be Thomas.
I'm Thomas. Oh,
either Thomas or it's Liev Schreiber.
God, he doesn't look happy there.
I think Thomas is screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. In collaboration with the ESA. No, she had the ESA patch on her own. It's pretty cool.
World premiere.
Another world premiere, Paul. Which is getting hammered with them.
Welcome to England, Mr. David.
Hello.
I know this must be a shock, having never met your real father, but he left you this hotel in his will. It's been in your family for generations, much like the caretaker. He's a little eccentric. You'll see.
Let me welcome you to the Grand, a hotel famous across the land.
This is how it is in England.
Yeah.
Every room used to be in such high demand. Your wish I'll command here at the Grand.
Well, hello there. It looks like
Yeah, that's how it is in America.
Would you like some help with that?
Oh, so
this is not how we. Yeah, this is not how
So
we.
my father was renovating the hotel when he disappeared.
Gravity guns and
Not just the hotel.
other kinds of guns.
He was helping the entire village. You have his power
Priest.
tools. You know,
Fatherly.
you can where he left off. You seem like a good man, like he was.
I'm in. They don't suspect a thing.
Just make sure the locals don't get wind of what you're really up to. Because if they find out, they will wicker man your ass.
Yeah, it's gone a bit supernatural now.
You keep looking into things, and things are gonna start looking bad. Don't make
Why'd
the
that
same
trait turn
mistake
into a
your
spider?
father made. In this place, the only one you can really trust is me.
It's Outer Worlds direct, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry, Obsidian.
Yeah, straight after this. They did was it Call of Duty they did last year. I think there were rumours that it was supposed to be Fable this year, and then obviously Fable got pushed back till next year.
Okay.
Another first party.
Here we go. Let's go. Let's see.
There are as many gods in the world as there are stars in the heavens, and when we need their help,
Presumably this is
us
a
a hero.
global
Who would have
publishing
guessed
thing, maybe.
the defender of my
Actually, it might be.
homeland would be my daughter.
What's it called? Age of Mythology.
She unlocked the heavenly spear. But is she
I think it's
worthy?
Age of Mythology, isn't it?
Whee! Oh, the Jang. Jang. It's not really my cup of tea.
Not very strategically minded, I'm afraid.
Just don't have the intelligence.
Basically. Don't have that kind of lateral thought in me.
Shit, man.
You can't rule if the heavenly spear is mine.
Yeah, you're right. When you're right, you're right. That's coming out on PlayStation.
All of their IPs are coming out on PlayStation now.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon's there, that's pretty much the end game at that point.
So's
주권 국가의 자주적 결정을 누가 허락합니까? 만약 이 결정이 패권 국가의 특정 정치 집단의 이익을 저해한다면 당신의 특정 행동이 대중의 의사결정에 영향을 미칠 수 있으며 반대로 누군가는 당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때 자신만의 온전한 입장을 세울 수 있지 않을까? 당신의 입장은 온전한 본인의 판단인가? 그렇게 믿고 있거나 믿고 싶을 뿐.
Don't know. Something Korean. Probably a new announcement. That's one thing I've noticed over the last sort of 4 or 5 years, I think, that every show has like one or two Korean games these days. It's kind of South Korea's kind of come out of nowhere to be a bit of a major player in games development. But it's the game that's on PS5.
당신은 무엇 때문에 분노하는가?
Because it's a Korean game. Yeah, just like Still Up Late.
당신의 분노는 스스로 결정한 것이다. 누군가 당신의 분노를 이용한다.
After school activities. Are you mad?
I keep thinking
visually it looks very good.
I keep thinking like that main guy looks like he's probably a famous Korean actor.
He is, yeah.
I don't know who he is.
Mudang. 2 Hearts.
Coming out and everything. It's good that Xbox advertises that it comes out and everything.
It is weird seeing PS5 logo.
World premiere.
The Xbox showcase. I think it's the first time they've done that, isn't it?
Yeah. Right.
E ora
I think I'm gonna go to the toilet while this plays now. So the stream is yours.
Oh no, well, it's all on me. I'm sure I can handle this level of involvement. Like Planet of Lana.
Ona utalima di efema. Teonami. Toma tua calio, terali.
I guess it's going to be a cinematic platformer, the likes of Limbo and all the games that came in the wake of that. It's very pretty. There really might be a spider in these games. Oh, she did.
What? Hello. I got the reaction from Hannah.
Oh,
and
oh
Laura.
wow.
I got the reaction from Hannah and Laura, and they're saying it's a bit underwhelming at the moment.
So while that was playing,
PS4,
while you went to the toilet,
fuck off.
And a Switch as well, not Switch 2, but Switch 1. While that was playing, I said, "Oh, this looks a lot like Planet of Lana," and then it came up Planet of Lana 2. I'm like, "Oh, that's why." Obligatory Fallout 76 section.
Well, hello there. Beautiful day to relax by the old fishing hole, wouldn't you say? When it comes to fishing, Appalachia is a land aswim with opportunity. Yes, you'll find fish of all
I don't know.
flavors in
It's either
every
an hour.
walk of
I think
waterway,
it's an hour and a half
from its
total.
mightiest of rivers to its
I don't
humblest
think
of
they've
ponds.
actually said this time. Usually they do.
Just step up to the bank, cast your line, and when your bobber starts bobbing, reel in the rewards.
This game's sort of still going.
What do you got on there, Jeb?
Everyone thought it was going to crash.
Worms. And how are they biting today?
It has got
Yes,
beans, hasn't it?
See for yourself.
Yeah, it's got a pretty big audience, I think. They really turned it around.
Oh, bagging the big fish starts with finding the right tools for the job. There are as many unique combinations of rods, reels, bobbers, and baits as there are fish
Yeah,
in the
I've
sea.
got enough. I've got my
when you've caught your fill,
multiplayer games. I'm
pop
not
over
really
to the
looking for
local
any
tackle
more.
shop to swap
I'm not
fish
really
there.
interested in these forever games anyway, to be honest, because there's so many games
Can
out
you
there.
smell that?
There's always new stuff
No
I
matter
want to play.
what troubles plague
really
the
wanna
future
be
wastelands of Appalachia, you
just
can always
constantly
find
playing the
comfort
same
in
thing.
cozy little joys like this.
Understand the
You just gotta know where to look.
appeal of that for the people that make the games,
Vault
because they
Life
want
is your
their
ticket
game to be the
to
only one you ever
easy
play.
living. Design and build your own
There's
little
so many
slice of
games out there.
paradise. A place to show off all the bits and bobs you collect in your travels. Got a green thumb? Plant your own peaceful vegetable garden. And nothing warms the heart.
In a similar way, I know why they keep doing these like updates to this and ESO
community makes a
showcases,
wasteland
because
a
they
waste home. Join today.
They do have
And
quite big
tomorrow you'll
player
be kicking
bases.
back and sharing a
does
meal
kind
with
of
friends
Feel
in
like a bit of
beautiful
a
Appalachia.
bump in the road in the showcase. You're like, oh, here's the Fallout 76 bit for this year, because it's there every year. Same with ESO.
I'm surprised I haven't got a Sea of Thieves string out yet.
Mm.
World premiere.
Come on.
I'm hoping this is longer than an hour, the main showcase, because so far it's been sort of okay. There hasn't been anything big yet. And if it's only an hour long, that gives them 14 minutes. Oh, they can do solo leveling again. I haven't watched the solo leveling. I hear it's quite entertaining.
I don't think it's going to be Final Fantasy
Well, I mean, it depends how long this is. If the showcase is over an hour, then there's still time for them to actually show some bigger stuff. If it's only an hour, and then they're going on to the Outer Worlds thing, then yeah, it's going to be a bit underwhelming. If it's only an hour long, they've got 13 minutes tops.
Let us know what you guys think. Let us know. Oh, this is just Xbox PC. Oh, an Xbox.
So, an anime game based on an anime show is Xbox only. What is going on? What world are we living in?
Oh, I thought it was Pokemon for a minute. This is Power. Is this Power?
No.
Oh, if it's not Power, then this game's going to get another fucking lawsuit on its hands.
I wonder if it's... Remember that Korean game from years ago, DoKV, that they showed and then just disappeared? I wonder if it's like that.
Yeah, I feel a lawsuit coming.
It's people that made Power World, or was it Rocket Bear? I can't remember what developer they said at the beginning. I mean, it's very Pokemon coded.
Yeah.
Alpha Tubster. Alpha Chubby. Okay, there's some fat shaming going on here. Could be one in a minute called Alpha Fat Prick.
Okay.
Animo. Sure.
Yeah. I feel a lawsuit coming, Ross. I know I've said this 3 other times.
Hey, what's up,
Nintendo
everyone?
lawyers
It's Tony
just
Hawk
rubbing
Pro
their palms
Skater. I
together.
just want to say
Oh my God,
thanks
it's
to
Tony-
everyone for all the love
Tony
and
Hawk.
support
Oh,
we've
look how old he
seen
looks.
since we announced Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 a few months
Guys,
ago.
I'm so
These
freaking
games have
wired
changed
right
my
now.
life. But more than
Can
that,
you just let me
I see
go to
them help
bed?
spread a love
on
and
ketamine,
appreciation
just
for
like
skating
Elon
all over the
Musk.
world. And that means everything to me and the team.
That bromance
I can't wait for you all to experience the game. It's been rebuilt with so much care and attention to detail, with some brand new parks, new music, new skaters, and more. And you can enjoy it all with your friends with up to 8 players in multiplayer. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 officially drops July 11th, and we have a lot more surprises to come. Check out the launch trailer now.
Pro Skater.
I think it'd been announced a little while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just wanted to be sure, to be honest. You a big fan of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater?
Never really got into him, to be honest. I played a bit of the first 2, I think, on PS1. I don't know why I never really got into him.
Well, I just got a feeling it's a bit underwhelming.
It's a bit so far. They're going to have to pull their finger out to kind of...
Most of the summer showcase kind of underwhelming.
Yeah. Well, I thought the state of play was pretty decent, but I'm in the minority online. A lot of people thought it was rubbish.
I think
Summer Games Fest was genuinely terrible. So far this has been a bit...
I think people have a new love for the state of play, considering how underwhelming so far. It's been decent. It's been decent. But
yeah, it's been fine, but it just hasn't been amazing.
There's nothing like going, wow, this is amazing.
I mean, the best thing so far for me has been the Clockwork Revolution trailer. That was a really good trailer. Doomslayer's in it. That's weird.
He likes to skate. I mean, come on, man. What do you want from the dude?
Get back to ripping and tearing.
That's what he's doing.
Ripping up the skate park.
Yeah.
World premiere.
Alright, come on.
World premiere.
Come on now. Okay.
This show better be 90 minutes long, I swear to God. Spiritfarer is pretty good, but I mean, this isn't like a big... Yeah. This isn't a
you want something
showcase,
to wow
oh my
you.
God.
You want something to wow you. You need that wow factor. And so far, there's only been one game that I think it's been pretty wow. Clockwork. But we all know about that as well. But we,
yeah.
You know what I mean? We need something that's like last year's showcase. I mean, Xbox showcase was pretty good.
Yeah. Last few ones have been genuinely really good.
Do you reckon Phil was just sweating at the back going, what the hell is this, guys?
Didn't review it beforehand.
Yeah.
They're gonna eat us alive!
They're gonna... You're not gonna get it. I'm gonna get it in the ass. They're gonna say Phil's an asshole, Phil's a fucker, Phil's this, Phil's that. Phil's a sellout. Xbox doesn't have any goddamn game because of Phil.
Actually, that Game Freak game also looked really good. I've already forgotten the name of it. But yeah, so far that's been about it. At Fate's End. I'm sure that'll be very good, because Spiritfarer is good, but it's not like a big deal kind of thing.
We need a couple of games here that would be well, so. Come on, this is a first party game.
Well, you say that, but they showed that. Oh, that's good. They seem to show that for global publishing stuff now as well, because they showed that before Ninja Gaiden 4.
Games coming out on PlayStation.
The end times are upon us.
Yeah. They're advertising like this, like it's a good thing.
Look who decided to show up.
Advertising it, they think the audience of an Xbox show is going to go, oh, brilliant, it's coming to PS5. They're going to get shit on for this trailer, I'm telling you. Absolutely shit. I mean, it doesn't look any different to the Definitive Edition upgraded. Came out in, what was it, 2014, 2015? That game runs terribly on PC though, so if it's fixed at least, you can see that or something.
This is gonna be awesome.
Still a brilliant game. Resonator. Just feels wrong on like a visceral level.
World premiere.
They use one of their slots in their so far very mid showcase to advertise that Gears of War's coming to PS5. They are going to get shit on tomorrow. Well, not even tomorrow.
Persona.
Oh yeah.
Persona 4 remake. They're going to end it with this, isn't it? This is not the same showcase.
They better not. I mean, it looks great, but they better not.
There we are.
It looked a lot better than Persona 3 Reload. Visually. Is that it? That was it.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
It looked good, mate.
Oh wow, that was okay.
Let's call it a teaser. I swear to God, this better be at least another 20 minutes long.
Always there, but you won't see us. You won't hear.
You had to mention it, didn't you, Paul?
And the only
Are they gonna? Is this gonna be Sea of Thieves? They're gonna waste the slot on Sea of Thieves. Coming to Switch 2.
As smugglers, we deal in the goods others are afraid to handle. Guns, explosives.
And don't forget the rum.
I really think
it's a life of danger like no other.
I can go on Twitter right now.
So I guess my question is,
everyone's gonna be
can you handle that?
Getting your hands on gold is one thing, but you should know that this is what we're really after. The bigger the boom, the better.
That Game Freak game did look very cool. I can't even remember what it's called. The Clockwork Revolution trailer was brilliant, but we already knew that game
You should
existed.
be ready to take advantage of
The fact that
others'
it looks really good is definitely good. But it's
Stealing,
not a
of
new
course, is always an option.
announcement. It's weird because when this week was coming up, I was like, oh, it's going to be a good week. Switch 2's out on Thursday. There's a State of Play on Friday. There's Summer Games Fest on. Right, no, I got that wrong.
Friends, to
the
the
wrong way around.
Smugglers League.
Yeah, but I mean the last few of these have been really good though. Just this one isn't. But like, I was looking ahead at the week and thinking, right, there's a State of Play on Wednesday, Switch 2's out on Thursday, SGF is on Friday, and then the Xbox showcase is on Sunday. And out of all of them, I was expecting this one to be the best one.
World premiere.
So far, it's not been great.
Well, fucking premiere, huh?
This is ridiculous. Please, come on.
You said it, mate.
Oh, this is Doesn't look like an Invincible game. Yeah, it is Invincible.
Had enough yet?
No, Dad, not even close.
It's just a fighting game. If you're not watching Invincible, then
hoped you'd understand why I had to do this. Accept our rule or die.
I'd like to propose a third option.
I'm not your son anymore. I'm the guy who's going
This
to
is going to be like a tag team fight or something.
I trusted you.
So it's called Invincible Bastards.
Ready to bleed? This is over.
It's only got the Marvel beat 'em up. Microsoft like, oh shit, what have we got?
Not a lot.
Let's do this.
I got a feeling we're going to see the PS5 logo.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Probably PS4 as well.
It's an army.
I am ending you. I see it all now.
I kind of just want to know who the developer are, because there's not that many fighting game developers. Yeah, if you think of it, it looks vaguely NetherRealmy.
Yeah, there we go, PS5. So you got a fighting game. So I got a feeling this is going to be another 20 minutes. It's already gone over the hour mark.
Yeah.
Oh, Square Enix. Hey!
Yeah.
There we go. At last. Thank the fucking Lord. Finally come out on Xbox. 6 years later.
Well, 5 years and 2 months so far, depending on when they actually release it. Is it going to be an available now kind of deal? Nope, this winter.
It's integrated as well. Also
yeah, this has got to be 16 surely. Yeah, there we go. Well, I'm happy now.
At last! Fucking hell.
Is this going to be an available now thing? I doubt it will.
Well, we're not going to get Rebirth for another 500 years then.
Well, supposedly it's next year according to Nate Drake. Nate the Hate. Whichever name you want to use for. Available. I suppose it's too much to hope that we get physical versions for these.
Today? What? Oh, okay.
And Nate was right.
We're getting all the juicy stuff now for the last 20 minutes.
Okay, front load all the kind of mid stuff and then...
Really front load
or are we going back to mid now? We're going straight back to mid.
Oh, double fine.
Hey, double fine.
That looks like shit.
Psychonauts 2 was my 2020... I think it was 2020 that came out? 2021, can't remember now. Whichever year it came out, it was my game of the year. That game is amazing.
Is it amazing?
It is. But they said they were going to do smaller games after that, so this is not going to be Psychonauts 2 level. I'm sure it'll still be good.
Well, there's going to be people saying that this is mid. What would you say to that?
Pretty mid.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad we're finally...
We're finally getting somewhere.
Yeah, finally getting somewhere.
I mean, this looks cool.
We finally got the bloody Xbox versions of Final Fantasy 7, 16.
Supposedly Rebirth is next year as well. I wonder if this is come apart from one of their game jams, Amnesia Fortnite. Because they did show a big armoured snail there a minute ago, and that was what... Looks very, very cool. I'm 100% in for it, whatever Double Fine want to do. Keeper. Oh, it's out. Wow, it's out in a few months. I want to know more about that. Double Fine are great.
Games like Psychonauts 2 showed how Double Fine
the hell?
excels at
Why is he
creating
half the size
unique
of
and innovative
himself?
experiences. And Keeper is no exception.
He's lost a lot of weight.
Looking ahead, next year marks
all the
25
stress
years of
of,
Xbox.
The
It's a
stress
big
of watching
milestone
his
for the
console
platform and franchises that you helped
continue
build
to shrink
and make
and
popular.
die.
We couldn't have
Satya
done this
Nadella
without
saying to
everyone
kill
who's
the
been with
platform,
us on
Phil.
this
Oh
journey.
God, Satya.
As we think about bringing a
Look how
new
much weight I've
generation
lost
of
from
players
stress.
to these iconic franchises, I'm excited to share that players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox with a new Fable, the next Forza, Gears of War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning. Today, you've seen an incredible range of games from creators across the globe. Creators like In Exile, reaching for new heights.
I mean, there's
with
stuff in there.
Clockwork
I'm happy to
Revolution.
see the Final Fantasy stuff. Double
Sluggerfly,
Fine,
making
Clockwork
Team
Revolution.
Meat's modern classic platformer into 3D. Square
yeah,
Enix,
I mean, Super Meat Boy
bringing
3D
more
was
of
cool.
the critically
Never had
acclaimed
that on-
Final Fantasy
never expected
franchise
that.
to our players.
But it's been a
and
bit
Team
average.
Ninja, returning to the beloved series they debuted on Xbox. You've also seen the next Xbox hardware release,
Yep, he's got it
our
in his
Xbox Ally handheld, which lets you bring your Xbox experience and your library with
I wonder
you
if they'll.
anywhere.
They probably won't, but
I
I wonder
hope
if
you
they'll
enjoyed
subsidise
the
the cost of it
breadth
slightly.
and depth of the games, updates, and
the
experiences that
Ally
are
is
coming to
expensive.
Xbox from our partners and our
I think
own
when I bought it,
creative
it was on
teams.
sale. I think it
We're
was supposed to be
seeing
600.
more
and I got it
players
for
on
like
our
540 or
platform
something.
and in our games than ever, thanks to all of you. We're proud of the creativity that Obsidian is delivering this year. Immediately after Showcase, our Direct begins, where you'll go inside the studio for an extended look at The Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, they're showing Grounded 2 as
But
well.
before we get
Direct.
into the Direct, we have a final world premiere.
Come on.
Enjoy.
I knew that was good. Every time the film appears, it's the final.
World premiere.
He shows the final thing. What's that butterfly symbolize?
Good question. Better be good.
Welcome to the Guild. We have been expecting you. Please, follow me. You already know us as a global
There's that
tech
butterfly
leader.
again. What's it doing?
Our software, our systems, combined with our skilled team, is designed to save lives. Your years of service have shown you the importance of our work. Here, you'll witness the global scope of that mission.
Milo Ventimiglia, that's who that is.
Let me introduce you to our esteemed visionary.
For too long, we have been bound by outdated systems, accepting limitations instead of redefining them. The Guild is safeguarding tomorrow, now. We are pioneering the future of protection worldwide.
What is this
Our
butterfly?
advancements are designed to elevate everyday life, reshaping the future of technology on a global scale. I'm Emma Kagan, CEO of the Guild.
Hey, don't break our TV, man.
You know how much that TV cost? This looks very arcane-y.
What do you think this is, Ross? Tell me.
All I know for sure is that's definitely Milo Ventimiglia.
You keep saying that guy's name. It's the butterfly,
Fear
I tell you, the butterfly.
It's a powerful thing.
that? What's his name? Gilmore. Yeah. No, that's not who I thought it was. It's just some old guy in the building.
Given that it's got real actors in it, giving me Kojima vibes, but the only Kojima game he's made. The immediate letdown. This looks kind of vaguely. Oh,
Is this really how you want to end your showcase?
That's so deflating.
Oh man.
Like, oh, this could be some weird kind of headfuck sci-fi game. Oh no, it's Call of Duty.
No. Okay. I'm disappointed. Well. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. We here at the studio have joked around that this has been the year of Obsidian, with Avowed releasing early this year and now ending the year with 2 more games. And what better way to cap this incredible year for us than by doing what our studio does best, sequels.
That's where I come in. You can get out of here, Fergus. Thank you so much. No, you're doing great. You nailed it. The sequel is the lifeblood of every great franchise. Think about it. The original creates the world and builds fandom, but the sequel,
Ross,
that's what makes it worth remembering. No sequel, no hoverboard. No sequel, no dual SMGs. No sequel, no raccoon tail. No sequel, no Zune 2. Which doesn't really exist, but I wish it had.
There was a Zune 2.
There was? There was a Zune 2?
Finally coming out.
I'm Mark, the head of sequels here at Obsidian.
That's
and I have
plus,
sequelized
to end
everything.
the showcase
Blockbuster
with,
movies to AAA video games to my first marriage. So trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Which the premise looked really interesting, and then it's it's Call of Duty. Okay. When it first started, and there was like a sort of office inside of a Swiss office complex and a robot. I was like, is this like roundabout a Perfect Dark trailer? It's gonna suddenly cut to Joanna Dark. No, it's Call of Duty. I didn't see any more of Fable, didn't see any more of Perfect Dark. Very little in the way of new reveals.
It's a continuation of the themes of robber barons in space and how people are controlled by the stories they're told by the people who have power over
Summer
them.
Games Fest.
This time we're able to go a lot deeper because we have more time and money, which is a great thing, and we're able to make it a much more true Obsidian reactive RPG than we were the first time around.
Do you think it was bad, mid,
We're going deeper and more complex with everything for the sequel. Deeper story, lore, RPG interactions, reactivity, all the things we've been known for as a company. It's really a complete realization of everything people want from an Obsidian game. Surprisingly, this is the first time in over 25 years that I've had the chance to do a full sequel for a world that I helped co-create. It's really just a fantastic opportunity to explore and expand the universe in interesting ways, and to go even further with the themes of how people are affected by living in a dystopian corporate reality.
You can shoot your way through it, you can talk your way through it, you can sneak your way through it. And so no matter what kind of play style that you like, this is just an awesome franchise and an awesome game to jump into, even if it's your first one.
The first Outer Worlds was a great base to start from, as it has all the elements of a great Obsidian RPG. Interesting characters, deep worlds, important choices. In the Outer Worlds 2, not only did we want to double down on those elements, but we wanted to give players even more of it.
We've also put a lot of investment into skills and traits that impact things like combat, conversations, and areas that we call RPG interactions, which are the part of the world where players can use their specific
why is
skills,
everybody
perks,
saying
and
they hate
backgrounds
it?
to solve problems in unique ways in our new, bigger worlds.
I love a deep RPG experience, and building out that RPG crunchiness for our players was at the forefront of what we set out to create. We prioritize those deeper RPG options with different character builds and combos so players can express their role-playing power fantasies. We also have different equipment options for different playstyles and different companions with different abilities.
felt very much like we don't really have anything showcase, which is weird because we know they do have
In the
stuff.
first Outer Worlds, you start off as the Stranger, which was basically a blank slate to build on top of with various attribute points that would begin to define your personal experience in the game. You can make any kind of character you want, but we've given you a role. That role is an Earth Directorate agent. You can think of them as kind of like space cowboys or space sky marshals. They're the good guys that go in places and kind of fix everything that's wrong. You're going to be one of those. But we don't tell you why you joined the Earth Directorate. There could have been a lot of different reasons, right? It could have been because you're an actual lawbringer and you want to go in there and spread law throughout the galaxy.
See more on it.
It could
I
be
see what
that
kind
you're
of
a
performance it's
roustabout. You just
capable
had
of.
nothing better to do.
So I say I love my
After you
ally.
pick your
It's the
background,
most
one of the
powerful
really
handheld I
important
own at the
choices you
moment.
have next is choosing your traits.
And
While
if
we
it's a
had
good step
attributes in the
up,
first Outer
I
Worlds,
might
we've
sort of
leaned
trade
into
up for
traits
it.
for the Outer Worlds too, which are these big changes to your character depending on which ones you pick.
We'll see.
So it could be something like Brilliant, where you can tag extra skills.
I think it
and you
looks
start
kind of
getting extra
weird
skill
with the
points.
handles, but it's probably
And
going to be really
that's obviously really
comfortable to
great
hold.
if that's how you want to build your character. You can also go and do something like Lucky, where you get extra critical chance, and you also get a lot of really cool options throughout the game as well. Of course, we brought back Dumb, so players love the Dumb option.
Showcase.
Tell me, do you believe in science?
7 votes with it's great, it was okay, it is okay.
No, but
It's great.
quite what I meant.
okay,
But I
it
like
was
your
mid,
contempt
it
for
was very
boundaries.
bad.
I
So
could
far, no one
put
said
your
it's really
adventurous
bad, which I
spirit to
don't
good
think is
use.
bad.
And you get like lots of really cool,
Yeah, it
fun
wasn't bad. It was
conversation options
it was
in the game. But we took that
underwhelming.
even further. And again, there's lots of elements in the game where you can be dumb and use that for something. Could be
It
something
was
as
one of those
simple as
shows you're like,
banging
okay, so
on a
any
machine
minute
to
they're
get it
going to
to
show
work.
the big hitters, and it just didn't really happen.
I do think that finally.
After you've invested in some of your traits, your next choices are going to be choosing your skills. The skills themselves basically allow you to build on your playstyle and what your character is doing in the game. That will be everything from playing stealthily to speccing for an explosive specialty.
The Persona 4 revival was good. Show anything.
Yeah,
Throughout
tiny
your
little
entire
clip of
journey,
Enema.
your character continues to change with the different choices you make.
It looked really good
In the
visually.
Outer Worlds 1 actually had more skills than we have.
The
so we
environments
condensed them
look way
down
better
to really
than
the core
Persona
and
3
essence
Reload.
of
Persona
what we
3
really
Reload's
wanted there.
environments
But we made
really
each point that you put into a skill much more
bland and static
impactful.
a
So
lot of the
instead of
time.
getting small
Character
percentage
models look really
changes,
good and all
we actually
the
did much larger
animation stuff looks
changes
great,
per
but
point that you put into each skill. And
the
again, all these things,
backdrops
because
don't
of how
look
they're
great
checked
on that
inside the
game.
world itself,
Whereas
can
on that
matter
they
quite a
did.
bit. You know, just even having one
I
additional
guess
skill
the
point
wait
in
for
something can
P6
open up
goes
a lot
on.
more options in the world itself. If anybody's played Fallout New Vegas, they'll be very familiar with like the perk system. We basically borrowed that, but went even grander. We actually have more
There was good
perks
games
than
in there.
Fallout New Vegas did.
Just there wasn't
But
really
here's the cool
anything
thing, right? We
mind-blowing that
check
made you go,
and
holy
use
shit.
perks for literally everything, right? So you can do everything from, hey, I want to make a stealthy build that steals stuff and is really good at that. Okay, great. Well, you can take maybe the pickpocketing perk. So that's not available to everybody, but if you select that, now you can actually go around and steal things out of people's pockets.
So it's great, it's okay, it's mid, it's all 30%. Really bad.
There's another perk called heavy-handed, right? Where say you're a melee person, what this does is now your power attacks that you use actually knock people down.
Oh man, I really like the serial killer perk. As you start killing people, they will drop hearts. And you can take those hearts, and essentially you're taking these trophies, you could say, and it's actually giving you a permanent health bonus every time you do it. We have this perk called Assassin. Now, this is an early game perk that you can take, which every time you stealth attack an enemy, you're actually going to get a movement bonus for a certain amount of time.
Only took 5, well, it'll be 5.5 years by the time it actually comes out. But hey, at least it finally happened.
Flaws were a system that everybody loved from the first game, but we wanted to make it more personal to the player. We wanted it to really reflect how you were playing the game and give you a bonus that you actually wanted to really engage with.
With the Flaw system returning, we knew we needed to go bigger, better,
it was
and more
supposed to.
real
So
than ever before.
when it was announced
So,
for PS5,
we turned to the team.
it was said that it was a 6-month exclusive, and then it could go to PC.
Okay, we
and
need
then
more
a year
flaws.
after
We need
a
them
year
to
it
be
could go
real.
to
I
other
want to put them in the
consoles.
game, so give me something. Inspiration.
And,
What's wrong with you?
That didn't happen because
I have
Square Enix are just
You
like
have bad knee- they hurt
other
when you walk a
developers
lot?
when they have a
When you walk
timed
too much, they
exclusive
hurt?
thing.
No cartilage. Sounds boring.
They
You sound
actually
like a boring
develop the
person,
games in
but it's
concert and
the
then just
game.
kind of hold back.
It's a good flaw. What about you?
Square Enix don't
I
even bother
like to take small
even
things
start
sometimes.
development
So you're
until
stealing.
like the window is up.
No, I'm
So they didn't
taking
even
When do you give them back?
So the 6 months
Like,
rolled
I don't.
around for it to come out on
Claire.
PC, and they hadn't even
You
developed
shouldn't
the
be
game.
stealing.
So it ended up coming after
stealing,
like
Claire.
14 months or something like
Tiny
that.
crimes? Do you
And
hear
then
the
when it came to
second part, though?
PC,
It's a crime. Well, you're stealing. Claire, that's wrong. You can't steal
Dragon
things,
Age
okay?
Veilguard
It's an amazing
was
flaw, and I'm putting it in
just
the
about
game.
to come
But
out,
you're a
and I
bad
was in the
person.
middle of
And are you
replaying
the
all
one
the
that took my
Dragon Age
stapler?
games, so
Do
I
you
just
need
put it
it?
off
Yeah.
at that point.
Give it back. Okay.
And
Please.
then after that, I was like, well, okay,
Here,
so
what
I'll
do we
wait
got?
for the
Flaw.
Xbox release then, so because it shouldn't be too far away.
I like to stare at the sun.
And then that's taken another
How long did you stare at the sun?
nearly a year.
Just
I think.
lunch break.
An hour?
Oh, I only get 30.
I mean, hopefully they'll just go to
You guys get an hour?
multi-platform day and date from now on, but I mean,
Thanks
they
for
just
filling in, guys. How
announced
many fingers am I holding up?
Final Fantasy
Three?
Tactics
No.
on that's coming
Anything
to
else?
everything.
We'll put it in the game. We'll put it in the game because I feel bad for you. Anything else?
The
One of
only
my
thing
favorite
Xbox isn't
flaws
getting
is
is
something
a
called bad news.
physical version of it.
We'll actually
I'm
give you
guessing
the
the
option
fact
to
that
take
this
this
is dropping,
flaw
they're
that'll make
dropping
it so
16
that you
today,
move
and
faster throughout the game. But the
probably
problem is,
never going to see a
anytime you
physical
stand
version
up,
for that.
your knees are going to make a loud popping noise.
I'd be
that makes
surprised
it
if they
so
do a
that,
physical version
well,
for 16
everyone around you is
for,
going to hear you.
for 7R at this point.
There's one called Kleptomaniac. This
Which
is really
sucks,
interesting
but I
because
mean,
what it
Xbox
does
aren't even
is when you steal
bothering
something,
to
you
do
can actually
physical
sell it for
versions of
more
their own
bits than
bloody
normal,
first
and
party
that
games
sounds
now,
really
so.
great. The drawback is sometimes when you're looking at things in the world that are owned by somebody else, you'll automatically steal them. So you have to be very careful about how you use them.
Third parties, if that's the
One of our more wacky perks is
example
the
Microsoft
Sun
is
Gazer
setting.
Flaw, and it just gives everyone cataracts while playing their game. So everything becomes like light shafts and blooms and hazes, and makes the game pretty unplayable if you happen to choose that perk.
If you happen to be the type of player that habitually reloads your weapons like I do, well, you'll be offered the flaw of overprepared. Now, you'll get larger magazine sizes
Maybe
on
I wanna
all of
be
your weapons,
underprepared.
but if you ever fully empty your magazine, you're
Isn't
going to
that
take a
just
debuff
real
for a
life?
while.
We're
Well, we
always
support
underprepared
options like
in
being a
real life.
gunslinger who wants to key into destructive weapons, or a rogue who wants to alpha strike their enemies before they know what hit them. We also allow for a lot of fun and experimental builds. You can be a mad scientist who utilizes gadgets and wacky science weapons and armors. Or even a psychopath who gains permanent bonuses to health by murdering their friends.
Nothing shows the impact of these character build options better than, in my opinion, the bridge area, which has a quest you get early on in Paradise Island.
What do you think so far of the Outer Worlds 2?
Not only do you kind of
dude,
encounter
it's
this very
good. I
early,
need
and it's a
to
very
watch it in
core
proper
one to the
detail.
story, but it really expresses our philosophy
volume
of
quite
allowing
low
the
at the
player to
moment,
solve
but it
problems
looks
in a bunch of ways.
First game was pretty good.
So you
I'd
may
say
solve it
Avowed
by
is very good, so if
you know,
this
speech
is
options. You may talk to them and maybe have to go do a quest for
taking what
them
I've learned
and
from
really kind of
Avowed, it's
prove that
gonna
you're
be
a friend
good
of the
time.
Protectorate to get by.
I may have need of your help, stranger. If you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the
Being
Protectorate.
Warden Weintraut.
You could go guns blazing and you could just take everyone out inside the POI, lower the bridge itself, and kind of get across. You could sneak in, lower the bridge, and then actually sneak in under the bridge to get over to the other
the
side.
fact that it looked really interesting and then turned out to be Call of Duty was just a massive downer.
I think they should have just started with that, just to get it out of the
Mm.
way.
You can bypass the bridge
Well, it's
entirely if
definitely
you
the
found
weakest
like
showcase
certain
they've had in a
gadgets,
long
like the
while.
shield gadget that protects you from poison gas as you go across, or the double jump boots, which kind of allow you to jump across the chasm and get across that way. There's even a really kind of messed up way, right? Which is players can actually sacrifice one of their companions. Their companion who they just found is part of.
We're no different than the Vrees if we start tossing our own to the rats. I sure as law ain't gonna follow someone who can't see the wrong in it.
I must admit, I'm surprised we
his
could come
face.
to an understanding. But I thank you
He's
for
got
your
dream
loyalty,
scourge.
stranger. As promised, you shall have clearance to cross this bridge.
It's such a fun quest, but again, it really showcases that we want you to be able to solve this in whatever way you want to. When you build your character your way, we're there for you. We really want you to have the experience that you want to have out of this.
From the very beginning of our discussions about the Outer Worlds, we really knew we wanted every game to take place in a different colony. This lets us expand on all aspects of the universe. Every colony can be its own
Because I
thing
thought
with
that
its
was,
own
like I say, I thought
flavor,
this was
and
going
we
to be
can
the
center
best
them
of the
around
three
anything we want.
showcases.
Any ideas or setting we're interested in. Arcadia is an isolated colony with abundant resources, and it's run by an authoritarian faction called the Protectorate. Their dictatorship is thematically based around the question of how much freedom people will give up for security and luxury. For Protectorate subjects, unfortunately, that answer is everything. The Protectorate is also incredibly wealthy because it was founded by the inventor of the skip drives, which are the Outer World's faster-than-light engines. But those skip drives are starting to cause rifts in space-time, which are cutting off all the other colonies on Earth from being able to trade with each other. The Order of the Ascendant is an offshoot of the Order of Scientific Inquiry from the original game, and like them are a science-based religion with the same goal of solving the universal equation, which will allow them to predict and alter the future to the benefit of all mankind. They used to be part of the Protectorate, but they split off to focus on solving the equation for the good of everyone, not as a way to simply control the masses.
That's the thing. I mean, I think the fact that
Trevor's been sent to
they
Arcadia
thought it
as
was a
an
good
Earth
idea to
Directorate
end with
agent
that
to find out
kind
how
of
the skip
says
drives are causing the
all
rifts and
about
what
what
could be
they
done to stop
kind of
them.
think about
Each of the factions
the
have their own
audience's
solutions to the rift
expectations.
problem and their own goals. The Protectorate wants to close them to protect their legacy as the inventor of the drives and their wealth. The Order wants to close them not only for the good of everyone, but also because they're complicating the math they're using to solve the universal equation. And Antes just wants to be able to open and close them at will to control all the trade routes between the colonies. In addition to expanding the themes and lore of the Outer Worlds, we're also expanding the humor, so each faction has its own
See if
flavor
Final
of
Fantasy
absurdity.
16 is up to buying
Annie's
it.
Choice is a merger between Anti-Cleo and Spacer's Choice from the original game, and there are corporate representatives in the Outer Worlds too. They've invaded Arcadia to liberate their resources for all of humanity, at a profit, of course.
One of my favorite things from Fallout New Vegas is the radio system. It was just iconic for me, and I wanted to make sure that the Outer Worlds 2 had that. So we actually built out 3 different radio stations, one for each of the major factions. You also have a ton of music. Each station might have, like, I think 20 tracks of unique music that we've made for it. It's a lot of stuff.
It's not showing up yet.
But the really cool part about this entire thing is that we actually put a lot of reactivity into the radio. So it will respond to the things that are going on around the world that you've been interacting with. So if you go into a location, let's say you solve a problem for the Protectorate folks. If you listen to the Protectorate radio station, they're going to be cheering you on as a hero.
Wonderful news, everyone. The Zeranium gas leaks at the Automech repair facility, strongly believed to be caused by Anti's Choice malefactors, have been corrected.
Some hotshot for hire just managed to fix the electrum leak in their repair facility. Now, I'm not saying we caused it in the first place, but we sure like the idea of all those broken auto mechanicals and all the excessive gasping and choking involved.
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
The factions and companions are great examples of how we're going deeper and more complex this time around. They're integrated into the game's storyline much more than we did on the first Outer Worlds. And like with everything else in the game, they have a lot more reactivity. There are 6 companions in the Outer Worlds too. As usual, each has their own quest lines, but this time they are also connected to a different faction and have character arcs that the player can affect through their choices. Your first companion is Niles. He's another Earth Directorate agent like you, and he's looking for your help to decide whether he wants to become an even better agent or to turn his back on the Earth Directorate completely. There's also a somewhat cute Automech support drone that is basically Niles' helper. Her name is Val. Marisol is part of the Order of the Ascendant, and she's an aging but still deadly assassin. That's right, she's a deadly mathematician who may or may not have some unfinished business to attend to with the player's help. There's also a cultist named Azza, who's part of a sub-faction that worships the Rifts, and in her case, violence in general.
Animation.
You can choose to either turn her away from overt violence or support her chaotic and dangerous tendencies. At one time, Anti's Choice had a program to graft soldiers with animal parts to make them more formidable. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work, and most of them are now dead. There's a combat medic who survived, however, named Inez, and she wants the player to help her fix her graft, among other things. Finally, there's Tristan. He's a protected arbiter, who is judge, jury, and executioner all rolled into one heavily
Contraband
armored
hasn't
package.
been seen since they
It is
announced
your
it.
choice
When
to
was
either
that?
help him judge wrongdoers
4 years ago or something?
or show him what true justice looks like.
We definitely have reactivity in the game based on how you've been treating your companions. I won't reveal the end of the game, but let's say if you have not been treating them well, you will find out at the end of the game what that means.
Companions are a very, very important part of merchandising, because that's the real beauty of the sequel. We're talking merch, baby. It is the lifeblood. It is what fuels us. Do you want to see some of my ideas? Hop, hop. Check this out. Gen Alpha loves body pillows, especially ones that look like human beings for some reason, right? Who needs a significant other when you could have a knife-wielding space psycho up in your sheets, huh? What do they do with them when they get them, huh?
I actually wonder if Contraband's been cancelled at this point. We've heard nothing about it since it was announced.
The visuals of the first Outer Worlds depicted a frontier colony in space. The Outer Worlds 2 is driven by an invasion of the Arcadia colony system by Auntie's Choice, which shifts the visuals to be more reminiscent of a World War I-like setting in space. That evolution is seen across all aspects of the game, starting with the factions. How do you militarize everything, including extreme capitalists or math-crazed scientists? In a World War I setting, war comes with propaganda. The Sovereign uses it to maintain control. Auntie's Choice uses it to help their bottom line. The Order just wants to show how it exists within the grand plan. We want players to feel like Arcadia is a living, breathing place scarred by a long-standing war. Fairfield, one of the first towns you encounter, was once under protectorate control, but has recently been taken over by Auntie's Choice. They don't just occupy the town, they rebrand it with their signature style, repainting buildings, posting guards, and adding propaganda-based holograms featuring Auntie and the Moon Man. Showing the towns evolving after the invasion helps us push immersion for our
2021
players.
Is when
one of our priorities in visually realizing the world of the Outer Worlds 2 was making sure everything is clear and recognizable from the player standpoint. We want to make sure each faction has a particular look and design. So when the player is running across these vast, different environments and landscapes, they're recognizing the motifs and visuals of who they're talking to, what they're going to be talking about, and how that progresses throughout the story. The first Outer Worlds was really about player interfacing with corporations. And while we have that in the Outer Worlds 2, we really want to express not just the corporations, but how the player interacts with other facets of the world, like government entities or religious structures. And then we elaborate on those.
With larger environments, we wanted to encourage exploration by improving player mobility across the board. Now you can run, slide, double jump, mantle, and parkour your way through all of the nooks and crannies of these worlds. It really allows the player to just explore and have fun finding really cool stuff.
We've aimed to make everything in the Outer Worlds 2 better from top to bottom. The RPG elements were the start, but that's touched our story, our art, and especially our gameplay. A good sequel is true to the original. That's first and foremost, right? Like, we all want to add in a bunch of things as you're making a sequel, right? We want to make it bigger and better in every way. That's what we were trying to do here. And I thought we did not need this consultant. We made enough sequels. We understand how to do this. And I will say, I don't think it's been entirely
in a few
successful.
hours and back to friggin'
I am
work.
very proud of the combat improvements we have made in the Outer Worlds 2, thanks to my patented combat system. You may be thinking to yourself, it can't be that good. Shush.
Hanging on to that FF16 announcement because that was the main thing I wanted.
Put a helmet on, because I'm about to blow all of your minds with my
But I mean, the tales of social media accounts were like teasing stuff today. And I was like, well, surely if they're teasing stuff today, it's going to be in the Xbox showcase.
Capitalize the fact that the people loved the first game. We're going to take those people, we're going to make them buy the sequel.
Beforehand, I was thinking, oh, maybe we're going to get Final Fantasy stuff and Persona 4 and Tales of.
What comes after C?
And to be fair, we got two-thirds of
optimized
those.
for player satisfaction. I am terrified of online gamers.
I was also expecting big announcements because that's what they usually do here.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
Jeff Keighley
mobilize the players so they're ready for that sweet
about
pre-order.
Clap the showcase.
Sweet.
He's got A,
you don't
B,
have rhythm,
and
Brandon.
C,
Just say
D.
it. Sweet.
At the moment,
sweet.
B
Pre-order. Everybody has a different rhythm, and it's blowing mine. And here we go.
So
B. Burglarize. What is this? It's basically just finding new ways to loot dead bodies. You know what I mean? Right, Otis? Okay. Well, it's a big part of the game.
Did he put one out for his own show?
About how many people are going to be angry that we have just put so much combat into this thing and almost no romance at all? We should look at ourselves. What is wrong with us? Huh? We can't have one love story in this? How many people have been in love? Raise your hands. Raise your hand if you're in love. Okay. Are you lying?
I have a wife.
Are they going to put a
Put your hand
romance in it?
T. Trois. In French, that means two. Sequel.
I think that means 3.
It means 3 in French, buddy.
Claire. We're on 2. And how do we end it? Anything is possible. And we've established that we're the best there is, and there's no sequel better than us. And if I could just say one more thing, thank you very much. I know I kind of changed the world of video games today.
For The Outer Worlds 2, we wanted to improve gunplay in every way. We focused on improving the feel of each weapon, the way a weapon snaps into ADS, the way recoil feels when firing, and how impactful our sound effects really sell the weapon's fantasy, to things like how unique reload animation can add a lot of character to each weapon. We've increased the variety of weapons by including new weapon types,
but also through a host of
I
fun
mean,
and unique
not
weapons.
every game needs it anyway.
We have things like the Force Blaster that fires out
checklist of things
tumors that
they
can
need to be
explode
in there
like
to be a
grenades,
good game.
or can even be eaten by the player for additional health. We have a weapon called Rookie's Reward that will actually level up the more you use it throughout the game. And every time it levels up, it's got fun fanfare where it's like shooting out confetti and it's got a fun little setup. We have a really fun weapon called the pop-up gun. It fires out ad drones that will distract your enemies with
corporate ads, slogans, and jingles. While your enemies are distracted, you can focus fire on them or explode these drones for additional damage. New to The Outer Worlds 2 are throwables. So you can use frag grenades to flush out enemies, smoke grenades to camouflage and escape, distraction devices to bait enemies into a stealth attack, and even science grenades that will levitate enemies, allowing you to fire upon them while they float helplessly. And of course, science weapons are back. We have returning favorites, like the shrink ray. This time it's been upgraded so you can shrink your enemy down to the size of a sprat and run over them, exploding them into bits.
The shrink ray, that was probably my favorite one from the first game, so we brought it into the second game, but we improved it though. So instead of shrinking your enemies for a short period of time and having them re-expand, this time they stay shrunk, and we actually added in the ability to step on them and kind of squish them and kick them, because we knew that that was the player fantasy. We knew that's what everybody wanted to do. They wanted to step on the enemies, they wanted to kick them, so we made sure to double down on that stuff.
In addition to things like our returning favorites, we also have some really fun and unique new science weapons. One of them is called the Armageddon. This one's really cool because it actually shoots out these masses that are like these little arms that will stick to people or cover or all kinds of different things, and they will continue to just hit them until they get destroyed. And we have another one that's just super cool called the Spectrum Dance Saber. This is a melee weapon that actually lets you attack to a musical beat. And if you continue to do that, you'll actually get additional bonuses each hit you do. One of my personal favorite weapons is called the Big Bang. It's just a big freaking gun that uses material harvested from rifts to shoot out a giant ball of energy, vaporizing everything in its path. Now, ammo's extremely rare for this weapon, but you can use it in just the right situation to devastating effects.
Like another great one is Gary. If you wear
See, that would
Gary,
be really cool
he will
if that
lash
was
out at your
destructive in the
opponents as
game.
you're walking through combat. So we even have science armors, and we've really kind of shown off what we thought was really great for the player from a science perspective.
When I try to move my
We're
chair,
all about letting people play the game their way. There are some players who prefer to be immersed in a first-person view, taking in all of the details. But there are others who really prefer to take the world in from a third-person perspective. Why not allow both? Well, now you can swap between the two, letting you enjoy the experience in whatever way you like. One of the things I really like about having the third-person mode is being able to see all of the fun and unique armors and armor combinations and weapons that you can equip your player with. All of the actions that you could do in first person, so you're double jumping around, you get to see your character in that way, and you get to take in the world and see things in a different light.
Yeah.
The Outer Worlds 2 is really the biggest game we've ever made. Bigger choices, more reactivity, more weapons, more things to find in each of the worlds the players can visit. The team has done incredible work bringing the Outer Worlds 2 to life, and we can't wait for you to play it.
Even though we've always been a multi-project studio, this is going to be the first time we've ever released 3 games in 1 year. It feels amazing to do. We're so excited for more people to be playing our games. It is truly an exciting time here at Obsidian. We're exploring worlds big and small while expanding on franchises that we've created, and we have no plans to slow down. We hope you all continue to come along with us as we do what we do best, make your worlds your way.
Yay!
With The Outer Worlds 2, we're all about the best place to play, which is also the promise of Xbox.
Looks good.
You can play The Outer Worlds 2
Yeah,
on this
looking forward to playing
Xbox,
it.
but it may be hard to play it
I
when
need
you're
to
staring
do.
at all these
I'll probably
beautiful
replay
holes.
the first game at some
Let's
point
cut
'cause I never did DLC.
You can play The Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox. Oh yeah, now that's Microsoft. Or you can take a phone call on this
Microsoft
Xbox,
money.
then play The Outer Worlds 2 right after. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. Hello? What am I doing? I'm playing The Outer Worlds. Hello? Yeah, this is Mark. I didn't know I had jury duty today. You could play The Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it takes 2 people to lug around safely. We're gonna go up to my apartment, okay? And this is an Xbox you actually wear that also plays The Outer Worlds 2. What do you think, Claire?
This is amazing.
Are you playing?
I think so.
Fantastic. So now this is actually not
I
an
think
Xbox.
so.
You cannot play The Outer
What
Worlds
the
2
hell's
on it.
going on,
Can't play
man?
anything on this. I guess Bread. You ever play Bread where you take it out of one slot, put it in the other? I don't have friends. If you pre-order the premium edition now, you'll get early
Oh my
access.
god, they're
which
actually
is
doing a
like
physical edition.
prequel
Holy
to the
shit.
sequel, or
You did say
or
premium
it's launched
edition
the
though, so I wonder if
sequel
it's like
pre-order,
Avowed
or
where it's
like why
like
are any of us
£100
alive
and you
at
just get
at
a
any time?
map
It doesn't
and
matter.
stuff in
Either
it.
way, my job here is done. It's time for the Grounded 2 portion of the Direct, which is sort of like the sequel to the Outer Worlds 2 portion of the Direct, which I absolutely just hit a home run with. You know, it's really nice to see my influence go on to other games. Take it away, team. And big exit.
Well. Yeah. Sure. Why not?
We're so proud of Grounded. What started as a
proud of
small
Grounded?
passion project to make a quirky game
didn't
where you're
make it.
shrunk down to the size of an
Yeah, well,
ant,
you're proud of
trying to
playing
survive in a
it.
backyard, grew into something way bigger
Sure.
than we ever imagined. Over 25 million of you jumped in,
Pretty fun game.
explored, built, crafted, and fought off giant
It's
bugs
grown a
together.
lot, man, since
Y'all
I
helped
last
make the entire experience very special to
realised
us.
it was gonna get a sequel.
The team's been
I
cooking
just
up a
thought they
ton
were
for
gonna
Grounded 2, and we're so excited to talk
updating
about it.
the, base game.
I had to grease some palms to steal
Yeah.
a bit of time from the
I've added
direct to
tons
give
to
you
it
a
over
deeper
the
look.
years.
There were so many possibilities and ideas that didn't make it into the first game, so with the sequel, we have the chance to dream bigger. To achieve those dreams, we partnered with the amazing folks at Eidos Montreal. Together, we're taking Grounded from the backyard to an even
Eidos
larger
Montreal
world,
working on it.
the Brook Hollow Community Park.
When we started working on Grounded 2, we knew that we wanted to make a bigger world. Fortunately for us, Eidos Montreal became our main partner on developing Grounded 2. They have a lot of similarities to the sorts of things that are important to us at Obsidian. They tend to make very narratively strong games. They make games with really deep characters and great character progression. They make games with great gameplay.
Amazon.
Everyone at Eidos
own them now,
Montreal
don't they?
is thrilled and honored to be working with Obsidian Entertainment. Our two studios share a lot of DNA.
It's, embrace
Same
us,
things that are
them, and
important to Obsidian Entertainment are important
Crystal
to us.
Dynamics often,
Choice
they-
and consequences, player communities, and doing justice to great IPs and great franchises. The fact that we're the first partners that they're working with to make a sequel to their franchise feels like we're an important part of their history.
The events of Grounded 2 take place 2 years after the first game. The same 4 teenagers are returning.
So there's Max,
A lot of people are actually
Poops.
thinking this is a pretty good showcase.
Willow.
Well, maybe it's
They're a couple years older.
It's the
which
kids who are
means
wrong.
They've gone through a bit more high school, a bit more mature. It's 1992. The world's a little bit different. But we're still
I had-
in that fun, nostalgic
maybe it doesn't
era
help that I had
of
high
the
hopes
early
for it.
1990s. In Grounded 2, we're moving the action out of the backyard and into the Brook Hollow Community Park. Not only is it bigger, it allows us to tell a lot more stories and expand the world of Grounded by exploring what the community of Brook Hollow has been up to and what they've been through.
The park overall is about 3 times the size of the backyard, and our initial starting area is actually the same size as the entire backyard from the first Grounded. The reason we wanted to move into a park wasn't just to create a bigger world, but was to give us the opportunity to explore the community of Brook Hollow and what secrets have they been hiding.
What we love and what we're excited about in terms of the park is the opportunity to create environments and landmarks that are mundane at normal size, but are colossal wonders when you're the size of an ant. Everything from a giant trash can to a community picnic table or a snack bar.
So
all of these areas come to life in a brand new way.
After they've done the...
Part of the fun in Grounded 2 is that the park was evacuated really quickly right before our teens were shrunk. And that means that the park has been sort of turned upside down and is in a topsy-turvy state. And that leads to really fun environmental storytelling,
First game
but it
really
also
good
leads into the creation of amazing biomes for our characters to explore. One of my favorite examples of this is the ice cream cart. In all of the commotion, the ice cream vendor's cart has been knocked over and its contents have spilled out into the ground. And what this means for our young adventurers is that they'll be able to explore
People have so much garbage in their backyards,
cave of interesting challenges and colorful Lovecraftian horror.
We have one anthill that's actually somebody decided to bury a bunch of toxic stuff in the park.
Trying to exist here.
All these
I
toxic
know I'm a
chemicals
scorpion and I
underground.
look
The
evil, but
environment
I
looks
can't
very
help
cool
that.
and very spooky with all of these sort of chemical pools. And of course, nothing can live down there except for one type of insect, the cockroach. We are oftentimes reinventing environments, and in future updates, you're going to see a ton of new stuff. You do a lot of fighting against insects of all shapes and sizes. We didn't just want it to look better, we also knew we wanted to add a new layer of strategy. The changes that we've made aren't limited to tuning animations or adjusting attack or defense numbers or making characters or insects move faster or slower. But we did all that too, but there's also an entire sort of rock, paper, scissors strategy involving light attacks, heavy attacks, and blocking. We've also added dashing as a new way to both get out of danger quickly or jump in for a quick attack. And almost all the insects in the game will have these abilities now too. Sort of like a chess match, but one that's super frenetic, looks super cool, and is ultimately just a ton of fun. We're leaning into clear playstyles for tanky warriors, low defense, high damage rogues,
class system now,
effect-wielding mages, and ranged hunters. In the first Grounded, we have mutations, and there were weapons and armors that favored different playstyles. In Grounded 2, not only will there be passive mutations, but there will also be active mutations. And a lot of those mutations support these archetypes.
My favorite way to play pretty much any game is chasing after those game-breaking builds. And that's why I'm so excited for what we're doing with archetypes in Grounded 2. I'm all in on the rogue. Now, you can even dual-wield daggers. I've been dialing in this glass cannon build that stacks ambush, assassin, and cardiofan mutations with the wolfbane daggers and the wolf spider armor. It lets me open up combat with massive backstab damage that also inflicts venom. Then, I can use the extra stamina to reposition and try to dodge, rinse, and repeat. It's high risk, high reward, and absolute chaos in all the best way. I'm looking forward to seeing what wild combos the community comes up with and what they inevitably break once they get their hands on the archetype system. It's going to be awesome watching it evolve with player feedback and watching us try to keep up with all of your game-breaking builds.
One of the great things about Grounded is the variety of players it attracts, from builders to crafters and everything in between. If you've ever watched me on Casually Grounded livestream, you'd know that I'm neither. I am a murderer of insects.
Wow.
Personally, I prefer the term harvester. I love going out, hitting
Come out on
things,
stream and
bringing
say
the
it.
materials like insect body parts back to my friends to use. This way, we keep progressing and playing together.
We're also trying to make sure that armor and equipment are easily understood by the player, especially when they're playing co-op with their friends.
Probably.
It was really
recently,
important for us
Ant-Man.
to deliver on all of that for the bigger space and experience, because that was the only way we could truly support the feature the community has been asking for since the very first Grounded release. Mounts. Our mounts, we call them buggies, have an entire suite of moves and have their own special
So we
abilities
call them
and
buggies.
attacks.
We really wanted the buggies to be an extension of the player in every way possible. And that meant making sure that buggies had unique and valuable abilities across all the core pillars of Grounded. So that doesn't just mean exploration and travel. That has gameplay implications for combat, crafting, and building as well. Just like how we wanted to expand on player playstyles throughout the game, we're going to make sure that every buggy that we add has its own personality.
The Red Ant soldier can enlist up to 2 Red Ant workers to follow you around and help you out. If you get into combat and you don't want to fight while you're saddled on your buggy, you can jump off and they'll fight right alongside you and provide support.
16 pretty
The
much
Orb
did
Weaver
for me, to be
buggies
honest.
are a little less useful when it comes to general utility, like building a base or harvesting, but they're awesome when it comes to combat. Sure, their defenses aren't super strong, but they're heavy hitters. They're also super fast, and they have some great special abilities, like a scream that allows them to stun lesser-powered insects, and the ability to shoot webs and entangle other creatures. So the Orb Weavers won't be your base-building buggy. You should use the Red Ant Soldier for that. But they're super fun for exploration and combat. Red Ant Soldiers and Orb Weaver Spiders will be available at game preview launch. There will be others in the future, but those are the 2 we're starting with. The connection that our Grounded community has with us is something we want to keep forging with the sequel as we make an even bigger game than the original.
Pretty much from day one, we knew we wanted to return to game preview for Grounded 2. Sure, it comes with some trade-offs, like the game's not done and it's out to the world, but there's so much value in building it alongside the community. Buggies change how you traverse and navigate the park.
Go on.
What we're doing with Grounded 2 is we're actually keeping zip lines held back so we can see how players engage with buggies, and then we
It
can
wasn't
tweak
even
zip
bad, it was
lines
just
to bring them
average.
back over time to really
It wasn't as
complement
good as
that buggy
I expected it
experience
to be good.
and make exploring the park
expected it to
far
be a
more fun.
proper blowout.
That kind of feedback loop helped
I
shape
don't know,
the
bigger
original
announcements, some
Grounded,
bigger
and we wanted to
games.
shape the design.
There was good stuff in
Park,
there, it's just there wasn't really
archetypes,
anything that made you
all of it.
sort of
We
sit
also
up and
learned
go,
a
holy
lot
crap.
from that first time around. One thing that stood out immediately,
And
players
first party
blazed
felt a little
through
bit
our
thin,
content,
to be honest.
especially the story.
Like
That
they
makes
started
sense.
off showing a
Story,
pretty long
characters, world
Outer
building,
Worlds 2
it's
trailer
kind
when
of
we already
Obsidian's
knew ahead of
thing.
time they would be
It's
doing
the
a deep
flavor
dive
we
at the
bring
end.
to the survival genre. So this time, we're starting with a much bigger
They showed
baseline.
Ninja Gaiden 4, pretty lengthy trailer on that when they already showed it in
Chaos descended on a
January or February, whenever
commemorating
the Dev Direct
two-year
was, so not
anniversary
that long
of
ago.
when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will.
You know,
One of our favorite parts
games
of the
that
first
didn't
game
show
was
up, like
watching
we
the
said, like
community
no Perfect
uncover
Dark, no
clues
Fable,
and
no
spin up
Contraband,
theories.
no
This time around,
Everwild.
we're leaning even more into that, and we'll be keeping a close
There's
eye
stuff that's
on what our players
unannounced that we
discover
know about
and
that
how they interpret
didn't
it.
show up.
Because you
still
never know
hasn't
what
shown
might
up.
inspire us as development moves forward.
We really started to hit our groove at the end of Grounded 1. We found that
Yeah,
being
obviously,
open
like,
about
I
what we
was
were
expecting
planning
something
and then
from Tales
following
of,
through
given the,
was key to building trust with
teasers
the
earlier in the
community.
day.
As a small team, we had to experiment with update pacing
But, I mean,
and
Persona
scope.
4,
But what we found resonated the most.
I feel
with
like
all
that
of
would have
you
been a bigger
were
deal if
the
it was a better
bigger,
trailer.
beefier updates, even if it took us a little longer to land. So that's the plan. Larger, more complete updates, spaced out just enough, so we can take.
Because when it started up,
seriously
you were like,
and
oh,
make
here we go,
every
Persona
drop
4, and I
count.
was like, oh shit,
You
yeah,
can
and then
expect in
it
our
just
big
ended.
updates, new buggies, new biomes, new building pieces.
There was just
all
very
of
little to it.
And we're launching with a public roadmap, so everyone knows what to be excited about in the future.
I mean, it did look, from the tiny snippet we saw, it did look good. But
are super
I wanna
excited
see
about how
more than
close
that.
we are to letting all of you players get shrunk a second time and explore the all-new park on buggies in Grounded 2. If you're a returning Grounded player, we're really looking forward to you experiencing all the improvements. If this is your first time getting Tiny, then all I can tell you is that a world with an entirely new perspective
I've played
and an
maybe
entirely
about
new
half an
feel
hour of Mario
awaits you
Kart
in
World
Brook
because
Hollow
I've just
Park.
been playing Breath of the
It's
Wild
time
again.
to ride together and survive
Any
together.
improvements?
Yeah, it's 1080p 60 FPS, so it's much better. So on handheld on the Switch One, it was 720p 30 FPS, and now it's 1080p 60. And then docked on the Switch One was 900p 30, and docked on the Switch 2 it's 1440p 60. So it looks and plays a lot better. It's still the same game, obviously, but it just looks and plays way better. And I think I've played like 10 hours of it in the last few days. But yes, that is the end.
That is the end. That is the end, Ross. And now they're
We've
going to
reached
show
the
everything
end.
else. So I'm just going to pause the stream for myself. Yeah, I'm probably slightly underwhelmed. There's so many games that Xbox have in the cooking in the locker that they just didn't show.
Mm.
And the fact that a lot of the games were multi-platformed didn't help.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew that was happening. We did a podcast on that, saying that Xbox is going multi-platform, and now it's happening, and it's just not good for the brand, is it really? Especially when they're releasing so many new first-party games, and you feel like that's gonna help their ecosystem more than
They've given up on the console platform.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, again, Gears, the fact they used a slot at their summer showcase to tell you that Gears is hitting other platforms is just kind of tone deaf. It's either tone deaf or it's just them signaling, we don't really give a crap about our console audience. We know this is going to annoy you. We don't give a crap.
Yeah.
And there's an argument that it shouldn't annoy you, but I mean, it's going to wind up people that are invested in the ecosystem.
Yeah. Well,
the handheld was kind of a thing. I mean, if that hadn't leaked a couple of weeks ago, I think that would have been a bigger deal.
Yeah.
There's stuff in there there was stuff in there that looked good. The High on Life sequel looks good. The first game was quite fun. That Game Freak game, I still can't get over that. A Game Freak game looking like that when the Pokemon games look like friggin' garbage. So I want to see more of that.
But overall, I say I'll probably give it a C-.
Yeah, if I was going for an out of 10 ranking, it'd be a 6 out of 10, I think.
Yeah, I would say that as well. Yeah, like C-, 6 out of 10, probably a 5 out of 10. So I know Xbox have a lot more.
They do have a lot more, which is why it's weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. But that's the end. And
My only friend, the end.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. Thank you for everyone who dropped by and gave it a watch. And yeah, we'll be resuming the Split Fiction Let's Co-op and our podcast, and we'll also be attending some cons coming up. We'll be at LAGC and we'll be at Manga Pop in London. So yeah, there's that. And we'll also be at the Brighton Japan Festival.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Hanabi, I think it was.
Yeah. We'll be there. That's in July. I think that's coming up first. And then in August, we'll be attending London Anime and Gaming Con and Manga Pop. So if you're attending that, make sure to say hello to us. So we are very friendly, as you see in our videos.
Allegedly.
But yeah, thanks for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed the Xbox Showcase and our name ramblings. So we'll see you again. We'll be doing a podcast hopefully sometime next week. So see you again soon. Say bye, Ross.
Bye.